We will have Senegal taking on Cote d'Ivoire in the other semifinal, and it is going to be, without question, a barn burner of a day. We're looking forward to bringing you all the action here from Rwanda. So Eddie Tavares and Salah Mejri, without question, are the two players taking center stage in this game. Former teammates, in fact, Real Madrid, and meeting each other beforehand. This is how the road to the final has gone in the recent games. Senegal edging Angola and Cote d'Ivoire beating Guinea like a drum. And then you had Tunisia overcoming South Sudan, and of course Cape Verde progressing with an impressive win over Uganda, one that went right down to the end as well. So I don't think anybody can complain about how this AfroBasket has gone in terms of thrills and spills, close games. It has been terrific. A lot of surprises. I'm Jeff Taylor, and Graham Hiscock has been here for all the action along with me. And Graham, really, we're just within touching distance of the final. How do you see this game going?
Well, two top teams. We've had all these amazing results, and I think we've ended up with the four top teams at the semi-final. These guys are going to go head-to-head. Mejri and Tavares, we've already talked about, being shown on the screen. That is going to be key. Can Mejri guard Tavares one-to-one, or are they going to have to throw a lot of help? How can all the other players for Cape Verde perform as well, and to slow down this Tunisian team that we're seeing being introduced? Michael Roll and Abada, Salah Mejri and Slimani and Ramdam and Chinufi, they go quite deep. And Giza came in huge minutes in that previous game, 6 real quick points just to keep Tunisia in the ascendancy. But really looking forward to see how Mejri can cope with Tavares. Jeff.
Well, it's probably going to be a team effort. Dirk Bowerman, I'm sure, we even spoke to him before the tournament, you know, the coach of Tunisia, and he couldn't say enough good things about Eddie Tavares, and that was long before he realized they were going to be meeting in the semifinals. So Cape Verde are on a mission, really. You know, you kind of get the feeling that in one sense this is a once-in-a-generation opportunity for this team to get to the top of the podium. And the way they've been playing, other than falling flat in their second game of the tournament, following their opening win over Angola, this team has been focused, concentrated, and ready to go from the opening whistle. And when you have a big guy like Tavares, and you have shooters and playmakers like this Cote d'Ivoire team, and also, crucially, you have a coach that understands the international game and understands his personnel, it's no wonder that this team has been able to make it this far.
Yeah, agree. Coach Tavares, really good guy and making the most out of this group. And Tavares just changes everything. So much attention on him. But then when you've got Mendonça and the Almeida brothers, obviously Avon has not been able to take as much part as he would have liked because of injuries. But Joel Almeida, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists in the last game. And Xavier, just massive game, Jeffrey Xavier, 16 points.
Yeah, almost had a triple-double, didn't he?
Yeah, incredible. But these teams, average age 30 years old, the time is now for both these groups of players.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you, Xavier was he gave so much the other day. He went to the press conference and he could barely get out of the room afterwards. He was really, really tired. And you do wonder about the fatigue factor maybe for some of these Cape Verdean players. They have really had to dig in. But they've had an off day, day to rest. So we're going to have a pause in the commentary for the playing of the national anthems. You can see Eddie Tavares grabbing his jersey right over his heart. You can see what it means for him to be able to come out and represent his country. He is absolutely thrilled to be at the AfroBasket. He certainly has drawn the attention of a lot of tough defense, but nevertheless, he is making the most of his opportunity. Kingsley Ojeoberu from Nigeria, Same Estefanos from Egypt, and Jean Sauvé from Rwanda are getting the call to be the referees for this game. So for the Eagles of Tunisia, Omar Abada, Morad El Malbrook, Makram Ben Ramdam, Michael Roll, and Salah Mejri are in the starting five. And it's a veteran team. Again, Marnoui coming off the bench with Ganouni, Chinufi, Gyaza, Boleg, Adami, and Slimani, and of course the coach, Dirk Bowerman, who seems very comfortable with this team, and certainly in the press conference he looks at you straight in the eye, but he always has a dry wit, I would say.
Yeah, I think that's really key in a competition like this. Long time away in the bubble, especially with the COVID regulations, and I think you've got to keep perspective.
So for Cape Verde, Jeffrey Xavier, Ivan Almeida, Fidel Mendonça, Joel Almeida, and Eddie Tavares. And coming off the bench, Patrick Lima, Correa, Mendez, Abreu, Conde, Lopez Marquez, and Coronel, and of course the coach, Emmanuel Trovoada. There he is. And what was interesting was there was a coaching clinic yesterday here in the arena, and some of the coaches from Tunisia went, some from Central African Republic, and despite having this game today, Trovoada went. So it just goes with his assistants. So it just shows how they're always looking for an edge, and they're always looking to learn, and they're always trying to help Cape Verde in basketball.
Absolutely, with Coach Nelson Ivey delivering that course for FIBA, that absolutely right that they should be there, and just learning some, whether it's just one-on-one stuff or multi-skill drills. As we look at Dirk Baumann, and he's just guiding this Tunisian ship. They're exactly where they want to be. They're going to stare down Tavares and Cape Verde. But this is a really potent group, and when they're getting some really good minutes out of Malbrook and Gyaza as well, and Chinufi, they're very dangerous. And Michael Roll plays a lot of minutes, but he is doing some big stuff.
So look, the centerpiece of this game, or the headlines, are Tavares and Mejri, and you could see how they performed in this tournament, both of them in double digits in points, shooting well above 60%, in Tavares' case, 70%. Tavares has been more of a rebounding machine, and also shot blocking and the assists even. But that's, even though he might have that edge a little bit on Mejri in some of those departments, doesn't mean that Mejri is any less effective. He does what he needs to do in this Tunisian lineup. And maybe what he needs to do today is step outside like he did in the last game against South Sudan and hit a few three-pointers to try to pull Eddie Tavares out of the paint.
Yeah, agreed. Even if he doesn't knock the shots down, he's getting Tavares away from the hoop and opens up space inside.
So who do you think is taller, Eddie Tavares or Salah Mejri? If you've got Tavares' hair, included, he might have the edge, although looks like Mejri might have loosed his a little bit to go up. So the players were ready, and they came out just a little too early. But here they are, and we're about ready to tip things off.
7-3, Eddie Tavares, 7-1, Salah Mejri.
So that was your answer. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome, and winning the opening tip and going down and scoring immediately, Cape Verde. And Tavares showing He knew exactly what to do after the tip, just hustle down. Tunisia, again, I don't think they can afford a slow start against this team, or else they are going to be walking a fine line. Salah Mejri comes out, takes his first three. It was something we asked Bowerman in the press conference, does he have the green light to shoot that three? And the answer was affirmative. Mendonça gets down low and banks it in over El Malbrook.
Yeah, nice job by Mendonça, but really good play by Tavares. Giving him the handoff, being a decoy. And good start by Cape Verde. Tunisia, as you say, Jeff, cannot start the game flat.
Roll back outside to Mejri. He's going to try again. He does. Tavares comes out. He misses. And I'll tell you what, if you get another basket here, another three perhaps, or a three, it could be alarm bells ringing in Rades or Tunis, but he missed. So now Roll. He's left open and front rims it, comes back out to Abada. Makram Ben Randam got down into a low position, couldn't control it, but Roll comes up with it and misses the shot.
Yeah, Tunisia putting a lot of pressure on Tavares underneath with the defensive rebounds.
Roll. And the foul has been called on Cape Verde. And one interesting thing is you look at this replay of Roll getting inside and drawing the foul from Almeida, Joel Almeida. That was the dunk from Tavares at the start of the game. One interesting thing that Bowerman said that, if you do have Mejri shooting threes from the top of the key where he likes to be, that means he doesn't have to hustle quite as much to get back on defense. So in that sense, it's also an advantage.
Yeah, he's going to want him to make some sort of percentage as well. A couple of misses, okay. He did make some big ones in the quarterfinal.
Spectacular Kigali Arena. Of course, it was full when Rwanda played. They lost in the qualification for the quarterfinals.
Fun of games going on here between Mejri and Almeida.
Ben Randam in there as well. And Roll makes both. So Tunisia shake off an early case of the nerves, perhaps, get it to their first 2 points of the game. Eddie Tavares out to Ivan Almeida. Joel Almeida met by Makram Ben Randam. He got inside, and here is Tavares, and that is not good news right there. Salah Mejri upset that they interfered with the basketball after it went through the hoop.
Yeah, Salah Mejri's got to keep his emotions under control here, just focus on the job in hand. He's got enough on his plate trying to deal with Tavares.
Ben Randam backs up Almeida, and Tavares comes in, and you can see that's a matchup that Cape Verde like, or excuse me, that Tunisia like, but good job by Almeida. Now Tavares passes it back outside to Mendonça. Good! Brings a little bit of rain.
It's almost like he likes a defender in his face, so he's forced to hit the shot with early height, and that was perfect from the top for Fidel Mendonça.
Michael Roll. And this is a worrying start, in my opinion, for Tunisia, and a terrific, just exactly what Cape Verde need. The Blue Sharks. Now, El Malbrook, well, what a pass, and just a little too high, and it allows Cape Verde to take it back. I just don't think Tunisia can afford to start slow like they have in the other games, and we're seeing signs of that today. Ivan Almeida. That was, well, good job getting the basketball back, and they get the three-pointer from Joel Almeida, and Dirk Bowerman has to burn a timeout just 3.5 minutes into the game. It's 12-2 for the Blue Sharks. Los Tiburones Azules. I'm not sure the Portuguese accent is right there. Great shooting by Cape Verde.
Yeah, they've come out hot 2 of 4 from behind the arc as a group. Joel Almeida and Mendonça, 2 of their key three-point shooters, knocking them down, forcing the timeout from Coach Baumann.
We need to wake up, people. We're not intense defensively. We're just not. Offensively, we're not working for good shots. They're not a great defensive team. Make them work a little bit. They're going to show openings that are there, right? So next time down on offense, we go ball, loop, okay? All right, you got pick, pop, or veer. Let's go, people.
Well, look at some of the early stats and what Coach Baumann just said there, Jeff.
Wake up. Yep.
Come on, it's the semi-final of AfroBasket. How can you be loose and playing loose and just not sharp? They've got to play to their strengths. They've got plenty of them. And they've got to find a way to cause this Cape Verde team some problems. But a great start for Cape Verde. All 5 guys heavily involved.
Well, it has been a recurring issue for this Tunisia team. They do start slow, and excellent play coming right out of the timeout. Roll, throwing it up there for big Salah Mejri.
That pass had to be inch perfect, and it was, as it went over the top of Tavares into the hands of Mejri for the alley-oop.
Joel Almeida. Mendonça. And Elmal Brook doing just enough to affect the shot. Now they come out and trap. He gets it to Ben Ramjan, who has to shoot it over Tavares. And then coming in, Ivan Almeida picks up the block.
Mejri again standing over Almeida. Don't really know what he's trying to achieve there. He's a top player, but he just lets things get a bit much for him. This is a great pass, Jeff, because the jump stop gets Tavares to straighten up his defensive stance, and the pass was perfect from Roll. Mejri doesn't need to stand over Almeida like that. He could have got a tee.
So the timeout looks like it was a well-taken one by Tunisia. And if Ivan Almeida is going to have to box out to get rebounds against this Tunisia team, he's going to have to really work hard at that aspect, especially, you know, with all the issues he's had with his feet. And here he is. Savior, and much better from Tunisia. Now a chance to run. A little bit more pep in the step. Michael Roll gets in, and he got so deep he found himself having to go up against Tavares. And Almeida gets blocked by Salah Mejri.
Yeah, tough move, great defense from Mejri.
Abada, good. Here comes Tunisia.
Yeah, the timeout was perfectly timed by Coach Baumann. They've come out with the alley-oop, now the 3, better defense.
Xavier, and again, front back of the rim, nobody there for the rebound. And pass up ahead to Salah Mejri, who misses the dunk. No foul was called. Tunisia arguing they should have had one. We'll get a look at it on the replay, I'm sure, eventually. Here is Cape Verde again. All the momentum right now with Tunisia. Ball hit, and back from Ben Ramdan.
There's a lot of talking going on between the players. And Ivan Almeida just got to focus, save his energy for the game, because you know.
Here it is, watch this. See if there's a foul.
Yeah,
he might have got him on the arm, actually.
Yeah, great block.
Salah Mejri with a terrific swat. And then, of course, this was Abada's three-pointer.
Yeah, Malbrook with the one-handed bounce pass kick out. And Abada has been huge for this team. Knocks down the three. So, emotions running high, but hey, place in the final of AfroBasket at stake, and Coach Gerarda with a nice job just sitting Almeida down.
Xavier, alley-oop. Oh, and the dunk. Talk about having to be a perfect pass.
Yeah. That's just as impressive as the Mejri play a little earlier. That's a great pass and thunderous finish.
So Mendez in the game. Here's Ben Ramdam. Good, the three-pointer.
Yeah, Ben Ramdam can do it all. Beautiful behind the back pass from Roll, and the three, no problem.
And Donta passes right into the hands of Michael Roll, who gives the bounce pass to Abada. And Donta might come out after that turnover.
Yeah,
They've come back to tie it. So despite the slow start, Tunisia have not only woken up, but they've woken up and then had a shot of espresso, Rwandan espresso. And now that's going to be a charge on Tavares, lowering his shoulder.
yeah, and that's the advantage of having a 7-1 guarding 7-3. He can just go one-on-one. He stands strong. And Tavares leaning into the play. Look at that. I mean, that's...
And that was
great play.
Despite Salah Mejri being right there. And Mejri might have gotten away with a foul as well, as you can see. So, you know, it kind of comes and goes for both teams.
Yeah, I think Mejri sometimes forgets the contact he creates when he's playing defense. So
Correa has checked into the game for Mendonça. Ben Ramdam over to Michael Roll. Tough drive. No way he's putting that up against Tavares. Shot clock winding down. And a charge on Salah Mejri. He tried to avoid the contact, but Almeida got in there and drew the charge.
yeah, really smart play by Joel Almeida. Tavares came out to challenge Mejri. Mejri initially got past him. Good job there, but Joel Almeida waiting in perfect position for the charge.
Okay, Xavier might have to go to the bench with a cut. So that means we will see somebody else check in his place. It'll be Ivan Almeida that'll come back in.
Evans just, it's got to be calm and cool here. Just let his play do the talking. Just stick together, don't get into any issues with the Tunisian players.
Defense has been good from Tunisia. And into Tavares. What was the call? Travel?
Yeah, nice pass by Kennedy Mendes, drew the defense. Xavier just getting himself taped up, the right elbow there. But Tavares just shuffling his feet when he went to his left hand for the short jump hook.
Ben Ramdam.
Mendes, good rebounder for Cape Verde. So he's got some big minutes to play here.
Almeida. This is everything. Roll. Oh, fakes the pass and gets blocked by Tavares. But Ben Ramdam sneaks in and gets the basketball.
Yeah, Cape Verde got to react to these Tavares blocks.
Left wide open, Abada. And Mejri was competitive for that rebound, but Tavares able to knock it away. Joel Almeida, I don't know if that was a pass to Mendez or a shot.
Yeah, Mejri right there. That's a tough play for Cape Verde.
Mejri's been a factor on defense, that's for sure, with his rim protection. Roll. slides inside, whips it over to Slimani, the veteran. And Slimani.
That's good defense by Ivan Almeida, just to get all the way out to that three-point shot after the penetration by Tunisia.
Look at the swat.
Yeah.
It was very close to being goal interference. Very close.
Both teams evenly matched here, though, Jeff.
Yeah, both teams kind of drying up a little bit, but Abada left open, and that was well short. And great hustle from Salah Mejri.
That's really great hustle. We've seen that from day one with him, game one. He will get on the floor, he will chase lost causes. He's a hard worker. And that's maybe what his emotion, and he's asking for a foul, but hey, as we saw in the replays, he could have fouled Tavares in one of the plays. So
yeah. They even out over the course of the game.
Sure, and sure.
Tempo está a ir embora. Vamos jogar 5 embaixo. Queria dizer uma coisa. Na recuperação defensiva não há homens sozinhos. Estão 4 sozinhos, quem é que defendeu? Estás lá a deixar entrar em jogo. Não passes, Ander, vai com ele, porrada no gajo. O teu homem, porrada. Não passes para trás. Lado contrário, aquela. Vai com ele. Ouve. Não há troca com o joelho. O joelho é responsabilidade individual. Falamos disso, porra. Ei, jogar lá dentro, sim. Vamos. Responsabilidade individual. Defesa. 2, 3. Defesa.
Well, they started comfortably early on, but it's been a struggle for the last 5 minutes. Tavares with those 6 points, 2 rebounds. These are 2 of the points. Then, of course, these are 2 of the points. You'll notice both are of the dunking variety. And now he's going to take a short break. So, key moment here. Maybe Salah Mejri will be able to exploit his absence. Elmal Brook puts it up and fouled by Correa. Michael Roll also getting a break. So Tunuthi in the game, number 3 for Tunisia.
That's before the shot. Well, he's at the line. That's clever play.
Some of the Tunisia fans watching, hoping this is going to be another great year for them. Defending champions, they've won 2 AfroBasket titles back in 2011 when Salah Mejri was the MVP down in Angola. And then, of course, they hosted the last FIBA AfroBasket that they also reached the top of the podium. And they were 3rd back in 2015. Also 3rd in 2009.
Yeah, they've been dominant force the last decade and some. And Cape Verde, they've been to the semi-final once before. And last time these teams met, 2009, Cape Verde were victorious. 71-52 they won, but it's 12 years ago now. This is a modern era. And again, Mejri wants to play ref.
So Tunusi guarding Correa, hands it off, and Kande goes up, follows the miss, can't get it to go. Cape Verde keep it alive, and that's how the first quarter finishes.
Yeah, well, Coach Travada can look at that one way or another. Great hustle by his team for the 3 offensive rebounds, but guys, put one of them in. Come on.
At the end of 1, Tunisia lead Cape Verde 16-14.
Just looking at the stats for the first quarter, 2 of 10 from 2, 2 of 8 from 3, 6 of 6 from the free throw line.
first of all, we got to get the ball in bounds. We're going to run line and get the ball in bounds, okay? Then out of that, we're going to run hard. We're going to run hard. Okay? So dribble to his side. Make sure. Good three. Okay? So let's make sure that starts away from the two bigs. Dribble over, right? Stills. Up. Empty out. Either shot or one more time, right? Have the patience to go one more time. Read it if you're open, because you don't know if you're going to get a better shot. Hey, I like the way we're defending. Everybody, every time down.
Well, great detail from Coach Bauman, and he finished it with, I like the way they're defending, the team are defending, and all 5 guys have got to do it. Because if they switch off, things like that happen. Tavares, great attack from Xavier. He's one of the lead assists man in the whole of the competition. Leads assists, obviously, for Cape Verde, and massive game in the last matchup. But this is a step up. Tunisia are still one of the top teams in Africa.
Second quarter underway. Tunisia with possession. Wearing the red, El Malbrook pulls up, and his 3 attempt rims out. Correa, Tunisia with the quick hands, knocks it away, but they get it back. Piazza also in on Ivan Almeida, who has really no range, but doesn't make that one.
He didn't look on balance when he took that one. We know he's got deep range and hit some long distance threes, but not that time.
Bounce pass, Slimani goes in for the dunk, but misses with the left hand.
Wow, that was high-flying athletic play by Slimani, just couldn't get it to go with the left hand.
Correa. And the reach and the foul.
Correa faking the pass to the right, goes left, and Chanufi stepping in. Ganoon, excuse me, Ganoon stepping in and committing the foul. And Slimani is saying he was fouled on the dunk, but hey, he was up high enough. I thought he was going to make that play. The veteran, but just came out. Didn't seem to be a lot of contact. We'd need to see it in super slow-mo.
I thought he might have been hit a little bit when he was up at the rim. And probably is frustrating a little bit for Tunisia to have both Mejri and Slimani going in for the dunk and miss the dunks.
Yeah, there could be key plays further down the game.
So Tavares still catching his breath here.
Yeah, Cape Verde playing small ball. Lots of hustle and energy in this 5.
And down low, the ball goes out of bounds. Almeida got a hand on it. Michael roll after a good long break. Checks back in for Slimani.
Coach Travado's going to have to really keep a close eye on things here.
So interesting matchup with Conde and Giazza. Similar players. There's Giazza at the elbow. Good.
Yeah, just like the previous game versus South Sudan, he comes in and has an immediate impact. Jump shot to get him started.
Sudden impact from Giazza. Yeah. Can make a movie about him. Now, Correa whips it over to Ivan Almeida. Hits it, and And Cape Verde really struggling to hit their shots today. Oh, boy. And Correa and Chinufi had contact.
Yeah, Correa was trying to save it from going out of bounds, so he stepped across.
What's this? What's that?
Yeah. He was just trying to protect the ball and a bit of contact.
Well, it just goes to show how vital every possession is in this game. Well, these teams are going after it right now. So 13 seconds on the shot clock. And Coronel has a shot blocked by Chinufi.
Yeah, great defense by Chinufi, getting all the way out to the corner.
Tunisia looking a little sharper. Here's Roll, gets inside. His shot's not falling today. Ivan Almeida.
The rebound for Almeida. He's playing the big for this group.
Now posting up Mendez. Gets it to the corner, good D from Roll, and Conde up with the rebound. He and, boy, how many times have we seen Cape Verde get opportunities after opportunity at the rim, and they just can't knock it down? Oh, boy. Good work, Correa. Stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, they're all hustle, this group. This is good signs, though, for Coach Travada. Even though they're not getting the ball in the bucket, he knows he can go to this group, or some of this group, to give him all-out hustle and energy and getting after rebounds and giving Cape Verde extra possessions.
So good hustle from Correa. He goes out and Xavier comes back in.
I just think they need another score on the floor, Cape Verde, so they've rectified that with Xavier.
Brook whips it to Chinufi down low, and watch Salah Mejri back outside to El Malbrook, and the foul called. He's got one coming at the line.
Yeah, Marid El Malbrook, the pass from Mejri out of the post, and long attack from the three-point line, and great touch. Conde with the foul, he just couldn't stay with him for foot speed. Getting dragged out to that three-point area.
So biggest lead of the game right now for Tunisia.
And this is where Tunisia, I think, have the advantage, and this is how it's playing out at the moment. The guys they can bring off the bench, there's not much drop-off, and they have, as we saw with Giaza, immediate impact.
But also the difference is their defense is a little bit better than what Cape Verde have been facing. And those shots a lot harder to make for them.
Yeah.
I mean, they've only got 15 points. Nearly, 14 minutes into it. Xavier to the corner. Ivan Almeida, hand in the face from Roll. Hands it off to Tavares, who couldn't quite get it. He goes down to pick it up. Almeida, did he get it off in time? No, he did not. And the Tunisian D is right now dictating what's happening here in Kigali.
Yeah, Coach Baumann said in between quarters, I like your defense, all five guys working hard, and they're not letting even Almeida get a shot, getting his feet set. He's having to put the ball on the floor, and then Tavares couldn't get control of the ball in the keyway.
Tavares has had a good long rest. Roll now. And from the baseline, there he goes. He's not going to stay cold all game long. 23. Did they give him 3 points there? I think they gave him 3. I thought that was a 2.
That was a beautiful step back jump shot in rhythm.
Yeah, it was 23 to 15, so that's right. They've corrected it. Now, in the open floor, the pass up to El Malbrook. And Tunisia absolutely on a roll, stretching their advantage to 10 points with the fast break. Here it is again.
A great pass ahead from Michael Roll over the top of Evan Almeida, and Mel Brook just basic left-hand layup. No transition defense there from Cape Verde.
Okay, now watch. This is where Roll, I believe, hits the shot. Yeah, so he was inside the arc there, and again, they did end up putting 2.
Yeah, Bauman's happy. He's happy with the defense. Out of their good defense, they're getting good looks on the offensive end now.
Telling his guys to stay positive.
Put inside, but to move the ball. He likes that. He likes you drive. He likes different. Nobody move. The ball no move. Nobody play. Doesn't mash. Vamos.
Tunisia 9-1 run in this second quarter, and Cape Verde really struggling from the field. 4 of 13 from 2, 2 of 11 from 3. Started off very nicely in that first quarter, but really tailed off.
Trovada clearly making the point. They've got to pass the ball.
Yeah.
And make Tunisia's defense work.
Yeah, the ball's not moving. It needs to go side to side, change direction, get the ball inside to Tavares, and quick, incisive movements. Let's see if this is a better start after that timeout.
And Xavier.
Into Tavares, back out to Xavier, and jump shot short. Tunisia in complete control here.
We haven't seen this from Cape Verde since their second game. Here's Roll from the arc.
Yeah, Michael Rowe, love that when he comes from low to high, sort of curling around the three-point arc. Just catch and shoot, knocks it down.
Tavares with Salah Mejri on him. Has to give it back to, Almeida spins, nowhere to go. Tavares, and gets it off in time. But Tunisia, again, commit to the boards, and they get the rebound with Mel Brook.
Yeah, they just lost their flow now, Cape Verde, on the offensive end.
Abada gets it back. Oh, good hustle from Xavier to step in and come up with the steal.
That's what it's going to take from Cape Verde. They've got to do it on the defensive end, get some stops, and get out in transition.
Mendonça getting ready to come back in on the next dead ball for Cape Verde, as well as Alton Marquez Mendez. Oh boy, takes the reverse layup. He had Joel Almeida wide open. Look at the hustle from Xavier. And how did he get it through Salah Mejri? And then at the other end, ultimately it was the right decision, but he did have Joel Almeida wide open in the corner. Mel Brook from deep. Tavares.
Got to keep the ball moving, don't let it stick.
Interesting. Watch this matchup. Joel fades. Gosh, the ball won't fall. Makram Ben Ramdan brings it forward. Roll behind the back pass to Makram Ben Ramdan.
And the big moments, that's when Tunisia are at their best. Beautiful behind the back pass again. Ben Ramdan knocks down the 3.
Not even close. They are playing their best basketball of the AfroBasket at the right time. Tunisia. Mendez, second big shot from him.
Yeah, a bit of old school ball. He comes up from the weak side, just into that pocket of space. Knocks down the jump shot. Nice pass and recognition from Tavares.
Salah Mejri, good. They're all falling. And Tavares even came out. 34-19.
Yeah, that's a long way behind that three-point line.
And Joel Almeida. And the block called on Abada.
Everything falling now for Tunisia. And that three-point range shot from Mesri, the latest, and Almeida leading with his shoulders. About it. Yeah, and we talked about getting Tavares away from the hoop. Well, this time it worked to perfection, but that was a long way out. And Mesri laying down the gauntlet to Tavares.
Makram Bimramdam, 6 points, 8 rebounds for Tunisia in the first half. Coming up with a big game. He's hit 2 3-pointers. 4 different players have hit it from deep for Tunisia. Tavares gets it down low. Great defense from Mesri, but Mendez again.
Hey, I like having Mendez in the game because he's picking up the pieces. If Tavares doesn't make the shot, all the attention on Eddie Tavares. Mendez just doing his job, anticipating the miss. Great finish, and the way things are going, Cape Verde need one of their guys, whether it's Carrera, Mendez, to step up big time.
Mesri.
And again, Mesri's getting involved.
You know, it's
pointing, gesticulating.
It's the one part of his game at this AfroBasket where he has been fragile, his emotions.
Yeah, no need. Absolutely no need.
You're leading by 13 points.
Yeah, I think the refs are going to come to a point where they're just going to tech players. I think they might have teched.
Yeah, they've just teed him up.
Yeah. So one more tech, he's gone. And if he goes,
then everything changes.
Yeah, he's in
now,
big trouble.
Mendez needs to come out.
Yeah.
He needs to back off.
Yeah. Didn't see anything wrong with that last play. Mendez just playing tough.
Is it because he's saying that a referee that was right close to the play did not make the call? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Xavier has missed the free throw. And Mesri, meanwhile, his lack of composure has brought him his 3rd foul.
I mean, for me, as a guy who played big, maybe played off the main big, Mendez is doing the right thing. Hey, Mesri, how about boxing out Mendez, and then this doesn't happen? So,
well,
I don't know.
Did they give him a 2 there, or did they give him on that free throw? Because Ivan Almeida went up for the tap. I think they gave him a 1. Said he didn't tap it.
Yeah.
So I just don't understand why Tunisia's getting drawn into this.
No, they've just played a perfect sequence of plays. 3-pointers raining in. Mesri caps that all off with a really deep 3. But then the ball goes into Tavares, causing all sorts of issues underneath. Mendez does the right thing. Pops in the offensive rebound.
What are we, up 12? We're in great shape. Just control your emotions. It's not the referees, okay? Whatever they do, we can't control. But we can control our focus, our level of execution. So the last 2 minutes, we got to defend with everything that we've got. You understand? They missed some shots, and they got 2, 3 second shot opportunities. We got to go up and get those, okay? All right, next time down, offensively, let's go hammer. Okay, hammer. You got to be real physical with him. Real physical. Like push the push.
There is, well, I'm not sure. Dignitaries. I don't know if Paul Kagame, the Rwandan president, is up there today. He comes to a lot of the games. So Michael Roll with 7 points and 12-point difference. And you heard Dirk Bowerman saying how it's all about controlling our emotions here and playing great defense. And look at that, the intensity. Put it into your execution.
Makram Bemramdam, he's so good in the post, so good from behind the arc. He's the all-round player for Tunisia.
Yeah, he's a matchup problem for a lot of opponents. Oh boy, off Mendez, how did he catch it? He's been the hero for Cape Verde here in the second quarter.
He's just getting on with it. He's playing in the flow. He's not thinking about too much. Just hustle, energy, aggression.
And good block. Goal interference on Mendez.
This is much better by Cape Verde. They're playing some excellent basketball and good D. But it's off the glass first. And Eddie Mendes was just too far over to be able to help.
Probably not too costly because it was going in.
Yeah, sure.
Now Xavier pulls up from deep and just can't get it to drop today. Cape Verde from three-point range.
Just seems to be short-arming it a little bit. Whereas Rondam and Michael Roll's threes are just pure extension of the shot.
Into the corner, Slimane with Tavares running at him. He goes in for the dunk and came up short.
Technical foul. I think he's pointing at Slimane. I'm not sure what that was about.
Because he went down and tried like a flop? Is that what he's saying?
He went for the dunk, but he just didn't have the elevation and just fell down under his own steam. I don't think he was trying to draw a foul on Cape Verde.
That's strange. That's a strange one. I don't know. We'll have to find out why that was called. Slimane has the look of, no, I've seen it all. And he throws the ball down the floor. Tunisia leading by 13. And with possession here, 52.9 seconds remaining. I mean, you really feel like they've had Cape Verde on the ropes. And that's kind of also the vibe that you're getting from Bowerman. It's like, we are right where we want to be. Let's focus. Out to Mendonça. And Mendonça drives in. Tavares whips the pass to Almeida. He allows Roll to fly past. And for whatever reason, Cape Verde just not hitting their shots. And now a flop has been called on Ben Ramdam. Boy, this is interesting.
I'm not sure about that either because there was a lot of pressure from Tavares first. And
it was his reaction with his head and his shout going back is why he has called the technical.
He's trying to sell that he's been hit in the face.
And I'm going to tell you, the reason why I think they probably have looked at their previous games and preparing for this game, and they've seen some perhaps flops or gamesmanship. We saw it with Abada in the last game. Well, the good news for Tunisia is it's only one shot, and it doesn't cost them possession. It does cost them a point, and it cost them a foul on Ben Ramdam.
Yeah, there was contact, but again, if you're trying
to... Not the kind of contact that's going to make his head snap back.
No.
Great job by Ben Ramdam, give and go. He takes it inside, he's blocked, but fouled by Tavares.
Good strong drive from Ben Ramdam, and Tavares coming too far. Well, his arms came too far over. He just had to, he's got his hands on Ramdam as well. Just got to keep his hands straight up, because when he jumps, his hands are above the rim. And that would have been a really tough finish for Ramdam without Tavares having to make any contact with him.
And what Tavares is saying, look at my arms. I've been completely hacked all the time and fouls haven't been called. Look at them.
Yeah.
And that was a point that his coach made in the press conference after the game. I'm not saying I agreed, but he said, listen, he comes back to the locker room, he's got scratches all over his arms. So that's why there's the frustration. But it's just like Bowerman said, don't worry about the refereeing. Just get on with your game. And it's interesting, an angry Ben Ramdam appears to be a better free throw shooter. He's the best player in the court. He's the best player in the court today. Well, he only makes 1 of 2. Back to a 13-point lead. Surely they want to hold it for the last shot. Nope. Almeida, good. Finally gets it to go. And has a look at Piazza. Has a few words. Obata over to Ben Ramdam. Puts it up. And that's how it finishes. Well, I think Cape Verde can consider themselves fortunate to be down by 10 points. This Tunisia team, it's not that they've unraveled, but they've lost their composure a little bit. And the referees are sending a message with that first half, the way they've called it. They've, none of this silly stuff. 39-29, Tunisia on top of Cape Verde.
Here's the statistics. Tunisia, 8 of 20 from 2, 5 of 13 from 3, and 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Good job there. 4 of 6 from the line for Cape Verde, 3 of 15 from 3, but a big one there for Avon Almeida, and rebounds 23 to 21. Cape Verde, 7 assists to Cape Verde, 11 to Tunisia, 6 turnovers to Cape Verde, 5 for Tunisia. Good job by both teams on the whole, taking care of the basketball. And Mendes, 9 for Cape Verde, good job by him, 11 for Ben Rondam. Alma Brooks, 7, Mejri 7 for Tunisia. Tavares 6, Almeida 5. And best plays of the first half. Well, as soon as we got underway, pass ahead, and Tavares throws it down unimpeded. I think that's the best way they can play, is just quick pace. And this time, Mejri doesn't get the box out or the defensive rebound, nor does Ben Rondam. And once he's got that little jump hook, he's unstoppable. He's almost shooting it over his head, across his head there. Tavares, he knows once he elevates, and he's almost shooting down on the basket. Great job by Eddie, and then a little bit of a scrappy play, but brother to brother, Avon to Joel, and they knock down the 3. Know they're dangerous from behind the arc coming into this game. Just 3 of 15 today, though. There's a pinpoint alley-oop for Tavares. Xavier attacking Mejri, who come to help, and he couldn't backpedal quick enough to deal with Tavares coming in behind. Fascinating how they're trying to defend each other and attack each other, Mejri and Tavares. Geezer again, long range 2, just nice. Jump stop, little catches the ball in midair, lively feet, and a quick release. And Almeida with the attack, no charge given on Bada, can't quite believe that. And then the 3-pointers were raining in. Roll, Rondam, and then Mejri, stepping way outside. And then Cadetti Mendes reacting first and attacks off 2 feet, leans in against Rondam and finishes. He has been excellent foil.
He has been vital. Without him, they're out of the game.
Yeah.
He's been that good. So Almeida hitting this last 3, and that has given us our score at halftime. 39-29, Tunisia on top of Cape Verde. Keller's starting to get inside his head a little bit. The pass to the corner, Joel Almeida for 3. Good.
Wow.
And that's what you call rewarding the big man. His second dunk of the game. Ding Akuth, has he come to play today? Abada finds Mejri. He throws it down. Tavares again. A 3-point lead now for Cape Verde. Can they hold Ugandan Bay? Oh, the rejection! Swatted out of bounds, Ish.
Let's see how this one goes. That's where they want it, sideline.
It over, not what you want out of a timeout. Oh! You pass the junior, my dude.
Just sensational, quick, decisive basketball from South Sudan.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Kigali Arena at semi-final time between Cape Verde and Tunisia. And there's the leading stats for Cape Verde. Kennedy Mendes with 9 points, 2 rebounds. Perfect foil to play alongside Tavares so he can pick up the pieces if Tavares doesn't get the make. And he's had a nice pass as well from Tavares, 4 of 4 from the field. 1 of 1 from free throw. He's totally zoned in. He's had some good minutes previously, but this is really key what he's doing. As long as he's got the outside shooters, Tavares alongside, plus the outside shooters as well around him, maybe Cape Verde can put on a real spurt here to start the third quarter. Ben Rondam, 11 points, super impressive. Ben Rondam, 9 rebounds. So 1 rebound from a double-double. Michael Rolls, 6 assists. They had some great stretches of play, but then a couple of technical fouls for Rondam and Slimani, and also for Mejri, and they just lost their way slightly, but they're still 10 ahead. Rondam, 11 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Such a key play. Inside, he made a really nice quick post move. Inside, he can step outside as well, Ben Rondam. 5 of 13 from behind the arc. He's pouring in the threes and taking a lot of... Excuse me, 2 of 3 from 3. That's the team, 5 of 13. And 2 of 5 from 2. Giving him the 11 points, 9 rebounds. 2 fouls, though. So, who's going to start the quickest? Well, at the start of the game, Cape Verde came out firing, won the tip, quick score with a dunk from Eddie Tavares, but then Tunisia have grown into the game. They really took complete control. And more dignitaries in the crowd as we are at semi-final number 1. Later on, Côte d'Ivoire will take on Senegal. That is Liz Mills. That's Liz Mills in very some deep conversation with a lot of different people. Incredible story. She's brought something different to this AfroBasket, and she's coached well. And the Kenya team have responded to her, and incredible effort for her, along with Uganda and Guinea, to get to the quarterfinals. But as we said pre-game, I think we've ended up with the 4 best teams in the competition here for the semi-finals. Arguably.
Yeah, I think.
Or not arguably.
No, I mean, I think Uganda were close. I think they were very close, and I think Rwanda picked a bad time to have a bad game, because I think if they had taken advantage, you know, they were. But you can't lose to Guinea. You can't have any complaints if you lose to Guinea and you don't blow them out. No disrespect to Guinea, but they shouldn't be beating the host nation. And
Rwanda gave them hope, and Guinea took full advantage. So, but Cape Verde just were really in a hole. But they've, with Kennedy Mendes, his energy, and Ivan Almeida making a big shot towards the end of that quarter, has just kept them in touch, down by 10.
Yeah, you know, I don't doubt that this Tunisia team can win the title. I mean, I think they can beat Tunisia, judging from what we just saw in the first half. And, you know, the Tunisians are, you know, they haven't been one of the best teams in Africa for over a decade, you know, by accident. They have been worth it every bit of the way. But what I've seen in this Tunisia is certainly, it troubles me a little bit how they are so easily distracted by refereeing calls and what have you. And I'm just glad that Dirk Bowerman said that, but it's kind of something they're going to have to get to grips with, especially the veterans.
Yeah.
If they get bad calls, you got to block it out and play some basketball. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we watch these referees. They put so much time and energy.
Yeah.
They are grilled, drilled, and the calls that they make, they're under a lot of pressure as well. So second half action underway here in Kigali.
Yeah, Marquez in the lineup for Cape Verde, doesn't get a lot of minutes, so crucial.
Tavares and gets a little jump hook over his former teammates.
Yeah, nice job, penetrate kick, and in rhythm, Tavares does the rest with a jump hook.
And Alton Marquez, don't forget, also can hit the three-point shot. He's a big guy, but he can step outside. Roll. Oh, boy, that was big. Always important to answer a basket at the start of the third quarter.
Yeah, really calm play by Marco Roll. A little bit of fade on the jump shot, knocking down the two-pointer.
Tavares going to battle against Salah. Little jump hook. They go after. Great work by Salah Mejri on the boards.
Yeah, and that's where Marquez has got to get in and clean up the boards on the Tavares miss, just like Mendes was doing, but good job by Mejri.
Salah Mejri runs off and look at Tavares getting on the ground. He knocks it away, then he takes it away.
That's a highlight play there.
And he doesn't mess around. Almeida, he puts it up. Alton Marquez flies in, and great work on the boards by Salah Mejri.
Yeah, Mejri, top job with the rebound. Tavares with incredible job on the floor.
Roll from the elbow, the second time in the half.
He's got so many ways of scoring. He moves brilliantly without the ball. A great lesson to any young players watching this.
Yeah, if you want to be a great basketball player, watch how he plays the game. Here is Xavier right at the line. Getting it back, and Salah Mejri says, not in my house. Roll up. He had the three, tried to get it down low to Salah, and good hands-up defense by Cape Verde.
Big block by
Almeida again from deep. This time he hits it. Somebody else has to step up and hit some shots. Somebody has to provide a threat from the perimeter. That is their strength.
Evan Almeida, yeah, massive shot. He needs to really come to the party now, put all his energy and focus into getting Cape Verde back in this contest.
Salah Mejri pulls Tavares away from the basket. Here's El Malbrook, and ball goes out of bounds.
Xavier really struggling, no points, huge game in the last contest, and he talks about how physical it is and he struggles to walk after games. Is that playing in his mind with the physical players of Tunisia? Is he shying away from contact? His shot isn't quite there, he hasn't got that full extension and the flow and the control that he normally has.
We also saw him struggle some early on, but then he had big fourth quarters, so it could be that he's saving his best for last. And the foul called on Ben Ramdam. Sometimes when these guys feel the sense of urgency, they're able to concentrate just that little bit more.
Again, Ramdam. And the issue is, I just think even his brother or somebody just needs to take him away, because he's such a top player. When he gets in the flow with his quick release three and his size, he could be an absolute destroyer for this team.
So now 3 fouls on Ben Ramdam, 3 fouls on Salah Mejri. Watch that, see how that develops. Not a player, they have to have both those guys to make it to the finish line, you would think.
I think so, yeah.
Xavier alley-oop, and the dog from Eddie Tavares.
That is outrageous, Jeff.
Goodness gracious.
Great balls of fire. I mean, that is...
Great hustle by Xavier. Watch him. Here it is, the pass to Tavares. Watch this. He was like being pushed away from the rim, and he still dunked it.
Yeah. And the issue is, Mejri gets caught in no man's land again, steps towards the ball, perfect timing of the pass.
And again, Tavares, a little jump hook, and this time, Ivan Almeida flies in for the offensive rebound, puts it up from the right. The three is good.
Now they're playing Cape Verde. They're playing Cape Verde basketball. Some of it's scrappy, some of it is sensational. Nice three by Evan Almeida. In the flow completely now, totally focused.
Ben Ramdam puts it on the deck, passes it back to Abada, and a reach and a foul called on Ivan Almeida.
Yeah, just keep the overreactions Just accept the foul. They're not going to change it. Even.
Ivan, that is his second foul.
He's got to stay in the game.
Pump foul and the block by Tavares.
Yeah, he's got to stay in the game. He is.
Look pretty clean.
Yeah. Tavares just needs to keep his hands up. He doesn't even need to block shots sometimes. He'll make it as tough as possible.
Well, the ball goes off the hands of Ben Ramdan, but Salah Mejri gets it. Roll over to Abada from the right, under pressure, and is fouled by Xavier. 3 free throws coming for Omar Abada.
And the intensity of the Cape Verde defense is sky high now, but Xavier's got such a lot of ground to make up to get out to the shot. He can't control his defense and his hand. When he gets there, he jumps, he spins round.
I mean, you have to applaud Xavier for his attention to detail on defense, but you don't want to foul the jump shooter. And
and only with that little bit of fade from Abada as well. You've got to try and do your chop steps as you come out and come to the defender and try and close out with 1 or 2 hands, but in the heat of the moment, it's not always that easy.
Well, easier said than done. Second free throw good from Omar Abada. So the big fellas standing next to each other, not chit-chatting right now. It's all business. And Ben Ramdan talking to Giaza, clearly fired up about that technical. Here is Xavier, and follows up the miss, able to get it back.
Needs a bit of more height on that three-pointer, Xavier.
Now he goes past roll, bounce pass, Tavares. Oh, great block by Salah Mejri. How many people blocked Tavares? And quickly over to Abada. And stepped out of bounds. It was Elma Brook that caught that pass.
Yeah, sensational transition defense by Cape Verde, but this is why we love this matchup. 2 hands straight up before Tavares can elevate to the full height. And that's just great photo, great action.
That happens to him once in a blue moon. 3 blocks now for Salah Mejri. And look at Michael Roll guarding Ivan Almeida very tight. A little bit of a exchange of words there, and this time he tries to make the pass. Tavares and turns it over.
I think just make the running hook there, Eddie. Tavares just a tough pass to make.
Well, no Brook. Salah Mejri dumps it, and the foul called again on Alton Marquez. Great spot by Salah Mejri to pick out his teammate.
That's an incredible spot over the but Tavares hasn't got his hands up. He reacts late. Marquez is in the wrong position. So
not much.
Fantastic spot.
Much contact. So Abada's making decisive plays here. Being fouled while shooting the 3, and now getting back to the line to make 4 free throws, make it 5.
But you can see how Mejri affects the game when he's totally focused on just playing.
Yeah.
Massive block on Tavares, up the other end. An incredible pass. I didn't see that pass. Only he could see that. And it creates a couple opportunities for others. And that's how he's got to play. That's how we want him to play.
Well, Abada played very well in the quarterfinal against South Sudan. He's really started to pick it up now. 9-point lead for Tunisia. Really the big play is the foul on Xavier when he was shooting the 3. An offensive foul called on Eddie Tavares.
See, there you go again. I mean, what is Mejri doing? He could get a second tee here and he'd be out of the game. I don't think Mendonça pushed him. He was just trying to get past him.
What in the world?
That was a weird one, but this is the thing with Tavares. I know he's a big unit, and I'm sure he worked on it, but I think just one bounce into Mejri and then spin baseline and slam it.
It's because that's
a great defensive play.
Yeah, that's a charge. There's no doubt about it.
But then he gets up and Mendonça walks past him and then he ends up on the floor. I mean, and if they're going to call tees on Rondam and Slimani, then I'm afraid Mesri has to have a technical foul as well, potentially. But great sequence of play from Mesri.
Nah, yeah, just unnecessary.
Yeah, I think the message is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he's lucky that he hasn't picked up another technical. He would be out of the game.
Sure, the way they called the ones on Rondam and Slimani, that I thought they were going to call it. But it was a slight nudge from Mendonça saying to Mesri, get out of the way, but it was a big reaction.
True, they could have called a technical on Mendonça for incitement or something, or trying to draw it out, offsetting technicals. Here's Roll. I'm kind of glad they didn't call the technical, if only because you don't want that to decide the game. Now here's the steal.
Let the players decide the game. That's what we want to see, and all the viewers around the world.
Almeida. Mendez, he was so good in the first half. Going up against Slimani now. Good D by Slimani. Almeida. Boy, he came close despite being closely guarded by Ghiaza.
Yeah, great D by Ghiaza, making Almeida put the ball on the floor.
Quick pass down low, Ghiaza turns, puts it up. Oh, he's just Mr. Fundamental.
Yeah.
He looked tough.
He's all action, quick releases, doesn't hold on to the ball for very long. Great finish with the left hand.
Conde. Oh boy.
Gotta give it.
Well, he saw the shot clock winding down, so it felt like he had to get it up. Then Mendez with a push.
Yeah.
And again, you go back, Cape Verde down 4 points. Savior running at Abada in the right corner and commits the foul on the three-point shot.
Yes.
Since that point, it has been all Tunisia. So timeout has been called on the floor. 3:17 remaining in the third quarter.
Hey, nuovi, coach. Nós estamos a jogar. Sai da frente, faz cá. Não defendemos, sexto fácil. Estamos no ataque, já paramos de jogar, cada um com bola. Joga dois, pelo menos toda a gente mexe com bola. A bola anda toda a gente. E criamos uma boa situação. E não estamos a defender, fizemos 3 faltas seguidas no ataque. Vamos jogar bem. Não tem bola, põe bola fora, joga mais um bloqueio.
Mais um passe.
Joga dedo em baixo com ele, 4. Temos que continuar a trabalhar. E na defesa temos que defender, pá. Um sexto fácil, como é que é isso? Pois, mandem para cima. Não defendam atrás dele, porra. Defendam em cima, 3/4. E defendam, pá.
Não é igual, não é igual. Faz e não fez. 1, 2, 3.
Disparities in the free throws, 4 of 6 and 13 of 14 in favour of Tunisia. And even Almeida. It's going to be key. Joe Almeida hasn't played quite a while now. I wonder if there's an issue.
Well, maybe they just felt like from a physicality standpoint, they needed other players out there in that third quarter and then bring them in when the timing is right.
Yeah. I still think they need that shot making like in that last play. Kunde just couldn't find anybody. Joe Almeida needs to be out there, I think.
Well, okay, he's going to listen to you and come into the game. Well done, Graham. Somebody's watching,
listening to.
And they just said, Graham says it's time to come in, Joel.
You got it.
So it's back to a 12-point lead. Joel Almeida is returning to the fray for Mendonça.
Well, I think, again, Kunde has just got to be an energy player. So now you've got 2 energy players on the floor. And Carrera as well. We know he can score. And the brothers. So let's see what this 5 can bring.
Conde over to Ivan Almeida. Correa with the offensive rebound and flush.
Yeah, the Correa crush again. He just gets that rebound straight back up.
But that's the way, if you can do it, then do it.
Yeah, don't mess about. Throw it down. Correa's in town.
Ben Ramdam says, I can go inside as well.
Yeah.
Gives us the gun show.
Yeah, he may not play above the rim as much as Correa, but just as effective with that two-point play.
He's a tough matchup for anybody. Correa, meanwhile, hands it off to Conde. And then Conde misses the shot, but is fouled, so 2 free throws.
Nice drop-off. Just getting into penetrate drop-offs now. That's 2:23 of the quarter. Nice. Correa being the playmaker. Conde would like to have made that.
Conde getting a lot of minutes. Also Ivan Almeida logging a lot of minutes here, and 12 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the game. Tavares out of the game with 3 fouls.
Cape Verde playing small ball.
And the lefty gets it to drop. And I'm not sure who I see up there. Anyway, I think FIBA Africa president Anabel Manab is supposed to be here. Here is the drive and another foul on committed against Abada, who again is showing some strong play here.
It's always going to be a foul called there. He's reached right across Abada's body. Cape Verde in team fouls.
So the lead goes back to 12. Anytime you have a team like Cape Verde that can get hot and hit shots from long range, you have to keep playing because they're not going to give up.
You're right there, Abada, 90% from the line coming into the game, and he knocks down both of those. So rotations made on both sides.
But it has been a quiet day for Joel Almeida. And charge called yet again. Great work, Piazza. He just does all the dirty work.
Carrera's got to be smarter there, but there was no room. They're all waiting for him in the key. 1, 2, 3.
The Correa crush is welcomed when he flushes it, but not with the collisions. Not the Correa crash.
That was a bit of a crash there, and let's hope it's not going to cause a crash for Cape Verde. We want this one to be a close one going down the stretch.
Malbrook been very lively today, and Ben Ramdam short. There's Joel Almeida getting a touch. Now to his brother, Ivan. Hands it off to Conde, who goes up. And Conde's getting into some good positions, but he's not putting them away.
He just hasn't quite got the length there to finish under close attention from the Tunisian defense. They're still in control.
And the basketball goes. This thing back, they didn't get it over in time. Well, Cape Verde are arguing as they look at the shot clock. They didn't get over in time, but I'm not sure. They called a foul.
Yeah.
On Cape Verde.
That's what the initial call was. So just you've got to accept the call. Got to accept the call.
We can't afford a technical here as well.
Right, the coach is on the court. He needs to get off the court, get behind the sideline.
Well, the Tunisians are not the only ones that are having some complaints to the referees.
They've got to do a better job. And don't leave it to the referees to have to make calls on their behalf. Tavares back in. They need to go inside to him. There's no Mesri on at the moment.
Well, up to 15 points. Almeida. Over to Joel Almeida. And what work that was by Giazza. Good strength.
Excellent work by Giazza. Boxing out Tavares. Scampering after the defensive rebound.
So Tunisia have equaled their biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Remember, Cape Verde got it back to 4, but Ben Rondon has it, banks it up, and now it's a 17-point advantage.
Great pass from Giazza. He is such an important part of this team in the rotation. Ben Rondon does the rest off the glass. Worrying signs for Cape Verde here. Right on the edge, Cape Verde, of losing their discipline and falling a long way behind. Just simple chest pass, moving without the ball. Rondon, a little dribble, pass, shot fake, and off the backboard. You can learn so much, well, from watching both teams, but the fundamentals, basics, you can learn so much from Tunisia.
Not sure what that celebration was. There you go, Mendez tries to hand it off, and fortunately the Correa crush was there. He didn't really crush it, but he got it up over the rim.
Yeah, he's got to have some big minutes, Correa. Be a real energy burst from the bench. Good dunk off the front of the rim.
Elmal Brook with a little runner, and Eddie Tavares. And Eddie Tavares now. They've really got to, they've turned, you know, they're not playing as well as they want, and just the complaints to the refs. Look at Correa here, come up and clean up the mess. Ooh, that's kind of one of my dunks, how it used to be. I got this, but I would do it on the 8-foot goal. So, end of third quarter, 59-44, Tunisia on top of Cape Verde.
There's the stats. Tunisia 13-27 from 2, 5 of 15 from 3, 18 of 20 from the line. That's a big difference. 12, 13 more makes. 5 of 22 for Cape Verde. From 3 and 12 of 34 from 2. And here's some of the highlights. And again, Tunisia are in control of this game. If they can control their emotions, they will be favourites to take this game from here. Michael Roll with the fade. So many different ways to play off the dribble or moving without the ball. And there's a great pass. Mesri again steps to the ball, and once he does that and Tavares is let loose behind, there's only one outcome. And then the block from Mesri. He had a good sequence once he just focused on playing ball.
Yeah, Cape Verde have had a very difficult day shooting the basketball, and a lot of that has to do with the way this Tunisian team has come out and played defense.
Yeah, agreed. They have rotated well, and Coach Bauman's very clever in some of his timeouts when he's speaking to the team. I really like your defense, or give it everything you've got this next 2 minutes. Really focusing on the defense first before they concern themselves with how they're going to play on the offense.
They've got no chance, Cape Verde, if they can't turn their attention to the game and away from the referees.
Yeah, you can't play angry. You can't play too angry. Controlled aggression is what they've got to do here. And they've got the team. They've got the players to do it.
So fourth quarter underway here. Tunisia up by 15 points on Cape Verde. And Joel Almeida, I think, called for a bump. Kanuni, Elmal Brook, Ben Rondon, Salah Mesri, and Slimani out on the court right now for Tunisia. And it's the Almeidas, Mendez, Tavares, and Correa out for the Blue Sharks.
Yeah, Joel Almeida called for the foul there, and he was in contact with Mel Brook for a while before the whistle was blown. So Mel Brook inbounds, and he gets the handoff from Ben Rondon.
Mel Brook whips it back to Ben Rondon. He gets it to Salah Mesri. And he did a great job of pausing with Almeida, Ivan Almeida flying at him, and then just had the easiest of layups.
Yeah, beautiful pass from Rondon.
Boy, Correa, fortunate that the ball, as it was fumbled out of his hands, went straight to Tavares.
Tavares unstoppable, above the rim again. He's fortunate, but Tavares in the right spot there.
You feel a little sorry for the rim, I have to say. Chanufi hustled, got down, threw it in bounds. Terrific effort from, Ganuni. And Salah Mejri for three, long rebound to Tavares. He gets it to Correa. Blue Sharks running, they pull it up. Correa again, and this time he fumbles it out of bounds. They can't afford not to come away with empty possessions.
Yeah, especially in transition, they need to make that count.
And the ball, a little bit of miscommunication. Almeida, fortunate that the ball went off of Salah Mejri, so they will keep it down at this end.
Great hustle by Mejri, giving everything he's got on that transition defense.
Ben Rondon saying, remember when we started playing together, the national team, and the time we got to the podium for the first time in 2009, and how young we were?
Yeah.
Were we this tired? Look at that.
Yeah. And that's the right reaction from Mejri right there.
Yeah.
Just laugh it off.
Almeida with a little pass to Tavares. And again, Salah Mejri doing great work defensively.
Yeah, just stood firm. And that seems to be Tavares' move into the chest, but Mejri stood firm.
Jump shot, open, good! Slimane! Taco Wek from South Sudan in the house.
Yeah, great three from Slimane. Loads of energy for the veteran, and he knocks down the corner three.
Biggest lead of the game now, 18 points for Tunisia. Mendez spins, turns, puts it up. He certainly played his best game of the tournament.
Yeah, and Cape Verde got to follow his example. Just playing with lots of energy and attention to detail in and around the hoop.
You really get the feeling it's about getting turnovers, okay, and now running. This is just like a turnover, quickly pushing it. Mendez. Almeida back to Mendez. Little jump hook over Salah Mejri, and Salah Mejri gets it over to Abada. And Mendez in a little bit of pain. And good sportsmanship here by Tunisia to go check on him.
Yeah. Good defense by Mejri, staying tough against Mendez. He may have just got a hit in the side, in the sort of hip area.
Okay, here he goes. Ooh. So it's just the way he landed.
Yeah. It's unfortunate if he's going to have to come out, because he's been a bright spark, more than a bright spark for Cape Verde. He's been a mainstay for them. 11 points, 2 rebounds. Kennedy Mendez.
7 minutes remaining. The winner advances to the title game. The loser will play for 3rd place. Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal meeting in the 2nd semifinal today. Here's Michael Rowe. Up, up, and away! Michael Rowe once again.
Yeah. It's tough, because he came to a complete standstill and still able to elevate, fade, and knock down the jump shot. Great core strength for Michael Rowe.
Tavares. Little jump hook, and this time gets it to go.
Yeah. Mejri's making it so tough for him.
Yeah, he is. I mean, all the theatrics aside, he's played great.
Yeah.
Salah Mejri.
He's one of the top big men in the world.
He's played like an MVP today.
Yeah.
But so have a couple of other Tunisian players. They've been good.
Yeah.
Coronel in the game, guarding Slimane, and great work by Ivan Almeida, doing everything. Look at him get on the ground for the ball.
Yeah.
Ben Rondon puts it up, and then the long rebound back to Tunisia. Boy, basketball can be cruel sometimes.
Yeah, the game, letting the game come to him. Ben Rondon.
Abada, meanwhile, gets in, puts it up. And again, great hustle by Slimani. Oh no, by Ben Rondon. And finally, they get it back. 15 points and 10 rebounds for that man right there, Ben Rondon.
Just grabs it before
Quick pass to Correa, and Correa goes up strong, gets another 2. Back to 14 points.
Such an athlete, got a super quick jump, and he finishes right at the hoop with 2 hands.
And then reaching in, Cornell. Ball goes out of bounds. Tunisia in control, but what you're seeing right now is one last throw of the dice from Cape Verde. They are giving everything. Which is why they've got Correa in there, because he's playing with great intensity on defense. Oh, bounce pass, Mejri! Wonderful pass, Michael Roll.
Yeah. Best 2 players, best technicians on the Tunisian team combined there. Bounce pass and the flush from Mejri.
Michael Roll's almost got a double-double as well. Needs another assist, I think. There is great hustle, and they're going to be tied up, and Correa jumps in there as well.
There's a cut on Slimani's eyebrow there.
And I think a little bit too much. I don't like this action by Ivan Almeida at the end. Well, let's look at the pass from Roll.
Yeah.
That's terrific. Into Mejri.
Yeah.
And that pass, so he has, that was his 9th assist, Michael Roll. You're not talking about a natural point guard. No, you're talking about a guy that's so talented and skillful that he can play the point.
Yeah, he's a great playmaker, and the spacing, the help defense was too far across on that Mejri dunk to affect the play, and Michael Roll realised that, and the spacing between him and Mejri was perfect. And I think what happened there, Slimani dived on top almost of Tavares, and it seems he's come off worse.
Okay, we'll just watch, look at all of the guys going for the basketball.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Nothing wrong with Mejri. Couldn't quite get it. And then Slimani comes in, going for the ball. Everything's clean. Oh, yeah, it was an inadvertent knee from Eddie Tavares that caught Slimani on the face. So they're going to find that's what's happened, and
just great hustle, but it went on, and then it went on again, and then and other people were coming in to try and separate people, and that's where the people that are on the floor are in danger, and that's
So nothing untowards there, and then you get a couple of Cape Verdeans.
Extras,
Ivan Almeida comes in.
Yeah,
he's trying to pick up the basketball.
Yeah, and the whistle had already gone. Got to be careful.
I mean, to that point there, it's all hustle.
Yeah.
And it's inevitable that you are going to get a knee to the head.
Of course. Yeah, people diving on the ball. Mejri's trying to get. Mejri's very controlled there. Look.
Yeah, he is.
Him and Correa have got each other tied up. It's what's happening around Slimani that's the issue. But Cape Verde, they are in a big hole here. They've got to make something happen, and it's going to start with hustle, defense, making some really big plays.
You never fault any team for diving on the floor like that for the most part. So
no, you've just got to be careful you're not diving directly on somebody,
of course,
and you're not going for the ball. So it depends how the refs are going to call this. It's key because technical fouls could be given or unsportsmanlike. Let's check it out one more time. Great job by the camera crew as always.
Great defense by Mejri. You see him, he sees the pass, gets a hand on it,
and he's on his knees. And it's just, and the refs have called it. They've already, the thumbs are up, so it's jump ball or possession arrow situation, and that's how he gets the elbow. He comes to the game, or comes to that hustle sequence late, Slimani, and his head goes right into Tavares' knee, which again was totally inadvertent.
Oh, they have called an unsportsmanlike. 2 unsportsmanlikes. Interesting. So they're not going to take free throws. So an unsportsmanlike on Slimane.
Yeah.
I didn't see who it was on Cape Verde.
Might have been his response.
Okay. Oh, again.
Incredible, absolutely incredible D.
And three-point shot is good by Xavier.
Here we go, Xavier's first three, and how it was needed. Even Almeida close to taking a charge, he just couldn't get across to get his foot on the sideline. But this is good signs, well, initially for Tunisia with the block from Mesri. It's just great that we've got some one-on-one play between those two. Great highlights.
So Bada again gets it down low and gets it to Salah Mesri. And Salah Mesri not able to get it, but he gets it back. And then he wanted to foul, but whistle has it blown. Correa. He's going to try to get it to Tavares. Nope, it turns it over. I don't know why they're not going for the threes.
Yeah, he never looked comfortable on that ball handling sequence there, Carrera. Just looking for something to get the offense ignited, and he just ends up turning it over. He needs a big defensive play here, Carrera, without fouling.
Oh, quick pass to Ben Ramdam. Oh, that might be an unsportsmanlike. Certainly was not playing the ball. The other unsportsmanlike, by the way, that was called on Cape Verde was against Correa. So it was on Slimane and Correa.
That's real heads-up play from Ben Ramdam there.
I tell you, if they went to look at that, they might call that an unsportsmanlike. They could have.
I just think it's quick foot movement there from Ben Ramdam. As soon as he got it, it didn't stop. Carried on under the basket and finished on the other side. Going on here.
Slimane. Well, they've had to bandage Slimane because of the knee to the head. He wasn't ejected, was he? They're making him leave the arena?
He's only got 2 personal fouls. And they were called unsportsmanlike with the sign from the ref. Well, that's what I believe.
Was his first one an unsportsmanlike? I didn't remember that. I guess they can call the unsportsmanlike.
No, he had the tech, didn't he? He had the tech for flopping on the dunk.
Okay.
Then an unsportsmanlike.
So he has to go. That's it. That's
okay.
right. That's right. So he had no choice but to go. Now they've got a technical foul on Ivan Almeida.
Just getting too involved with stuff that is outside of playing the game. It's not going to help Cape Verde. They've just got to.
Yeah.
They've just got to play smart, play tough.
So Michael Roll makes that free throw and increases his tally now to 14 points. And he also has the 9 assists. Ben Ramdam has been terrific. Salah Mesri as well. And so has Abada. 15 points, the deficit, 3.5 minutes remaining. It's not over, but it's getting very close to being over. Mendez.
They react so well to the loose ball, Tunisia, and they come down with another defensive rebound.
Quick pass, Salah Mejri goes in, it's blocked by Correa.
Yeah.
Who reaches down to help him.
Yeah, perfect timing again on the pick and roll. He passes in midair, Mejri diving to the basket and clear foul.
Well, they could look at that as an unsportsmanlike as well, I think. But
I think it's a basketball play, and if he'd gone with his left hand there, Mejri would have made the two. So a lesson. He probably thought, I'm just going to go up right-handed and dunk it, and Carrera with his speed came out of nowhere.
So Anderson Correa has, looking at his foul situation, he's got 4. Okay, so he can stay in.
Again, now he's questioning the foul minutes, or is he questioning the amount of fouls? Because that was clearly a foul. And this is where the coach has to step in, Coach Tavada. You know, yeah, they're just unraveling slightly here, Cape Verde. Great job on the pick
There's
and
no
roll.
question. I'm just looking right. Oh, he got him in the head and the arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he wouldn't have a complaint if they called that an unsportsmanlike.
Carrera's, I'm assuming he's now being pushed away from the court, which is so unfortunate. He's been excellent for this team.
Yeah. So he has to leave. He's been ejected. So, yeah, they called the unsportsmanlike. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That was his second unsportsmanlike?
Yes, because of the melee, where Slimani got the cut in the head.
So he has no choice but to leave.
Yeah. 2 key players coming off the bench for both teams out of the game.
So 16 points. The deficit, or the lead for Tunisia. El Malbrook rims out.
Yeah, it's really now or never now for Cape Verde. They've got to get it right, attitude-wise and playing-wise.
And Xavier chasing the ball. Tavares fouls Salah Mejri. That's number 4.
Yeah, that was always going to be a foul. He's landed right on top of Mejri. I mean, that's great play by Mejri and the correct reaction. And we're seeing the best of Salah Mejri right now, Jeff. Dodson, the captain, just having a word with Tavares. Come on, one last push, Eddie.
Well, you certainly like the way Tavares has played, and really he's been tremendous for Cape Verde. But you just have to tip your hat to Tunisia, how they've been the better team today. And his adversary, Salah Mejri, has been probably better than he has. For Cape Verde to do better, they've got to be able to hit. They got to give themselves a chance by opening the game up, making some shots from 3-point range. And the reality is they're 6 of 23. They've been run off the 3-point line as well. And their advantage with Tavares has been neutralized somewhat because of Mejri's ability to get in there and play big on defense. Here he is, open floor, Obata going in for another dunk. And that's 2 dunks in the tournament for Omar Obata. I know that's going to help. It's going to make his one of his coaches over there, Nick Gibson, happy. So again, Tunisia marching towards the final second consecutive final at the FIBA AfroBasket. They won it. They beat Nigeria 4 years ago. And you have to sit back and applaud this team, who really will be the most dominant team in Africa for the past. If they win the title, certainly, if they win the title, it will be their third AfroBasket title.
Yeah.
Since 2011.
Yeah, which is just sensational.
So hopefully this game is going to finish in a good spirit.
Well, I'm not sure about that. The refs have got to be careful at the final whistle.
And this is that's a good idea for Coach Bowerman to get both Mesri and Benram Dam out of the game.
Yeah, I think so.
And Almeida goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, that's the only issue, because that doesn't happen if Mesri is on the floor, but good attack from Almeida.
And good hands again, almost. Not able to force as many turnovers today as they usually do, so that's credit to Tunisia. Obata. Again, another chance for Cape Verde to make this at least a little bit more respectable. Almeida. And Tavares goes up and throws it down.
Yeah, Dirk Baumann had this problem when he took players off against South Sudan, and then he had to call timeout and insert the key players. He won't want to have to do that again. But with Tavares is going off now, so...
Well, it's a 16-point lead with a minute left. They're not going to lose this game.
No.
It is a physical competition. You see it. There's no doubt about it. And both these teams want to get after it. And they're physical players. And what can you say?
Yeah, and it's been a great spectacle. And to watch Tavares and Mesri go head-to-head is a joy to behold.
So Michael Roll, adjudged to have stepped out of bounds. Oh yeah, he did. Good call by the ref. Got it on his left foot. So Michael Roll comes out. Put him back in, Dirk. He wants to get his 10th assist. Another three-pointer, finally a rare three-pointer for Cape Verde today. Back to a 13-point deficit.
Patrick Lima in the game. He's another super quick guard. Saw him warming up before the game. Hit a lot of threes in warm-up. Let's see if he can knock one down before the end of this game.
And this is everything. So 28.2 seconds remaining. They played hard. Tunisia came out, you know, they were ready. I think even though they were they fell behind a little bit early, I still think they were ready. They just, they're gonna have to be like that the next time as well. Xavier's struggles didn't help today, but he may have been tired.
Ganouni was saying, just can we...
Yeah, Ganouni wanted to hold it up, and the referee called a jump ball, so it goes back to Cape Verde. So another chance to get it back to a 10-point deficit. And there's Eddie Tavares. He came here to get to the podium. He's still got a chance.
Yeah.
They're going to have to put this disappointment behind them and try to equal what they did in 2007 by finishing third. Almeida gets another three. Boy, they could have used that when the game was tighter.
Yeah, he was out of the game for a long stretch, Joel Almeida, but we know his shot making. That's what's helped to get Cape Verde here.
So Tunisia did what they had to do. They were convincing in the end, winning it 75-65 over Cape Verde to advance to the final of the FIBA AfroBasket.
Yeah, professional performance by the team, especially Salah Mesri. And he's come over again as He's now getting involved with...
Somebody from the Cape Verde bench.
Yeah, I'd just leave it, Salah, please. You've had such a great game, going head-to-head with Tavares, and one of the assistant coaches, you know, pushes him away. Tunisia's stats, 49% from 2, 29% from 3, 85% from the line. That was a massive stat. 42 rebounds to 37 for Cape Verde, 17 assists to 22 for Tunisia, 13 turnovers each. Good job by both teams on keeping the turnovers down. Top scorers, Tavares 16, Benron Dam 16, Mesri 14, Roll 14. 3 key players for this team coming into the game. Almeida 13 and Mendes. The scorers, Kennedy Mendes, had a great first half, didn't quite have the same effect in the second, even Almeida with the 13 points. So, nice job by Cape Verde coming to say thank you to their supporters. They have given us some great moments on this journey, right from that Angola game on the first night to now, and, well, they're going to have to get themselves up, brush themselves down, because there's only a 24-hour turnaround before the third-place game tomorrow. As for Tunisia, fantastic play by their top players. Michael Roll, Mesri, Rondam, Abada, Chiesa doing his job. Slimani coming in, even with the cut forehead on that melee, hit a big 3 in the corner. They all contributed, and it's great to see Mesri trying to cope with Tavares. In some situations like this, he couldn't, but who could? But there he did. And again, look where Tavares has to catch the ball. That's quite away from the hoop. So that gives Mesri a chance. Any closer, then maybe Tavares is crushing it on him. And as even Almeida, tough night for him, frustrating at times. And then Carrera, power dribble, and he just gets up so quick. Tunisia can't cope with that sort of athleticism, and Ben Rondam just lets him get on with it. Ben Rondam in the post, all from behind the 3, no issue. And that's clever, protecting the ball along the baseline, and gets the score to go. And that's straight after the Carrera dunk. And he's just mid-range 2, he shapes the shoot, looks at Mesri underneath, and even Almeida just gets his hands caught up with the hoop, which gives Mesri the opportunity to score over the top.
Well, they've had such a great AfroBasket. The reality is, the deeper you go into a tournament, the more likely it is you're going to get knocked out, because you're playing better teams. And in Cape Verde's case, I'm not saying they're better than Cape Verde, but the teams get better. But
Sure.
Tunisia were better today. They played their best game today. They were ready. You always felt like they never really get out of third gear in this tournament.
No.
And today, well, they started better. And if you cut out the theatrics, they were excellent. But it's disappointing. I don't like seeing this stuff. I don't like the continuous agitation. It's not a good example.
Yeah, and the badgering of the refs. Just play. You got wonderful players on view here today. Just go out there and play basketball.
Well, so once again, Tunisia defeat Cape Verde, and you can see the road to the final. They're in the final. They've taken the road, and now they have arrived. The question is, will they win it? They will take on the winner of Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire. Meanwhile, in the third place game, Cote d'Ivoire or Senegal will take on Cape Verde. Be sure to stick around for the second semifinal.